Hey everyone, it's Lord Swine here. This will be my guide on how to beat Siegfried in Gran Blue Fantasy vs Rising. If you are struggling against this character, then this is the guide for you. He is an absolute pain in the backside. He's my kryptonite. So let's learn together. Let's learn how to beat him. So let's get into it. Alright, first things first, let's go through one of his weaknesses. One of his main weaknesses is that he has really good frame data on pretty much everything. He's safe on most things. He's very unpunishable. However, he has gaps in pretty much all of his strings. So, for example, projectiles. There's gaps between all of them, except for the ultimate. The ultimate doesn't have a gap, but it's fine because it pushes you out. The slam move. Even the unblockable. DP that. All of his stance follow-ups, except for the parry. And that is the ultimate version of his Orkan stance. So knowing that you can DP and super through every single one of his strings, more or less, there are obviously a few examples I just showed, like the parry, but I'll go over counterplay for the parry later. Knowing this, the Siegfried's going to have to take less risks. He's going to have to start doing this and stopping. Try and bait your reversals. Now, if he's trying to bait reversals, then he's going to be doing this more. And this is obviously the same thing off Orkan as well, because he can block out of Orkan. Him stopping to try and stop you means that he's having to give up his offense, which means you can then go in and grab him or start your own pressure and stuff like that. So that's why knowing that he has gaps is really important. So when you play Siegfried players, they'll try and keep you out with moves like 5H or 2S or the jump normals, or they'll use their projectiles. Obviously, I'll get to the projectile in a moment. So really, one thing you kind of want to be focusing on is trying to whiff punish them. Obviously, Siegfried is he has a lot of range, so using Siegfried against Siegfried might not be the best example. But what you kind of want to do is just focus on whiff punishing. These moves have horrendous recovery, as you can see. They're minus 40, well the standing 5H is minus 48, so it's incredibly easy to kind of deal with. He's stuck there forever. You can obviously also jump over, if you're quick enough. You can get a punish that way. So they're the kind you kind of want to not try and jump in against him too much because he has great anti-airs, but you kind of want to focus on walking back and forward and dealing with the whiff punish game and stuff. Obviously, also if you're playing at this range, it's much easier to take out his 6XL as well because he has a really good 6XL. Alright, Siegfried's projectiles. These moves are amazing. They're essentially a free way for the Siegfried player to win neutral. Most projectiles in the game can be crossed over, so you can gain space against the opponent. You can't do that with Siegfried's ones, because for some reason, if you try and cross over, you get destroyed by how active the move is. For example, this applies to even the small one, which you'd think, oh, it's a bit quicker. Nope, absolutely awful. So the way you have to beat them is by evading them. The slower ones are a little bit harder to do, but with a bit of practice you'll get able to get it down. It's not too bad. Also, notoriously, the little one's okay to get over. These ones are much harder to get over. You have to time them properly, or you have to do a high jump. And that is one way to traverse through them. So you have to either evade or do the high jump to get over them. Or time a jump much better. Obviously, this isn't great because if you're in the air, you're susceptible to his great DP and his great anti-airs. If you're evading, you're not actually gaining much space. So normally what will happen is Siegfried will try to come to you, and I'll show you how to deal with that now. So what Siegfried players like to do is they like to send out their projectile and then run in with a 6-6L after to try and catch you for blocking the move, as this move is very advantageous. You're likely to see the enhanced version the most, but sometimes they'll do the medium version. It doesn't go as far as the enhanced version, but the way you deal with this is you evade and punish. That's literally it. Evade, punish, counter, get your combo. Right, so obviously they can block. You can also DP, but yeah, they can block. So there is counterplay to this for them, but they are giving up their turn, so you can start your pressure off this. So this is how you deal with specifically this sequence. You have to get in the training mode, literally just have him do his projectile and then do a 6-6L, and then you need to evade and then counter after. This isn't as free as it feels like it should be. You can get your punish. So another thing Siegfried players might do is they might do their projectile right in your face, like this big wall of fire. And you don't have to hold this. The way you beat it is with a high jump. And if they DP after, you can get your combo. So you just have to get the timing down, but it's not too hard to do. If you're quick enough, you can actually get a punish. But if you are slow, you can block. So that's something to bear in mind. Alright, next is the Sword Slam move. This move is not too bad to deal with. If he commits to it, you can DP, like I was saying before, and that's through everything, even through the charge version. See, he can block off a triple, but if you see that sword go back, he's committed, and that's it. You can get a DP off that. Right, but if we don't want to use our DP because we don't want to risk it, we're going to have to face the move. So the way we do that is we can go into training mode, go to the recording settings, and set 1 for charge and then 1 for not charge. You can charge the medium as well. You can charge the medium sword Verdrängen, but I just focus on the enhanced version because I feel like that one is the one you're going to struggle against the most, because the medium one, it's just slow no matter what, but the enhanced version can catch you for mashing. So when you basically train against it, it looks a little bit like this. So if you see him go, obviously you don't press anything, and you just keep repeating this. I messed up there. You keep doing this until you see the sword go back like that, and then you just get used to it. Just give yourself the muscle memory. You can train against the medium one as well if you want, but I think the enhanced version is a little bit more relevant. It's not too bad to deal with. Again, every time now. There you go. So, and obviously DP is your friend as well. But yes, that is generally how you deal with the move. The move isn't too bad. It's better at a further range because obviously it is air unblockable as well, which is crazy. That's why you want to kind of keep to the ground with Siegfried as well, because of moves like that. But at that range, if he's using it at that range, you kind of want to just like be patient and block if he's using it from far range. But yeah, that's how you deal with that move. Alright, so the next thing we're going to be talking about is Orkan stance. It's this move here. It goes into 4 separate follow-ups. They are this move here, which is an anti-air, which is -2. He has a parry, which parries strikes. He has another strike move, which is -6. And he has a throw, which is 26 frames. Now he can also block out this move. So you can cancel out, there's no real commitment to him. And there's not much frame data differences between the light, medium and heavy version. For example, the light starts up in 14, the medium starts up in 21, so it's good for like catching, mashing out of triple attack. And then the enhanced version, 16 frames. Now, this move has an incredibly high mental stack. The Siegfried player, if he knows what he's doing, he has an answer to pretty much everything. If he can like read what you're going to be doing. There are things you can kind of do, but most of this is stacked in Siegfried's favor, so you have to be aware of that. This move is absolutely ridiculous. Alright, because this move is so stacked in Siegfried's favor, I actually do recommend the first thing you do is not deal with it at all. For example, when you see this, just Brave Counter. Guard cancel, get them off. I think this should be an optimal answer if you have got free, especially if you've got free stacks. Don't take this. It's incredibly stacked in his favor, so it's very hard to deal with. I will go over different options you can do against the moves, but not knowing what he's going to do makes it very hard to deal with. So one option you do have at your disposal is you can cross over. You can cross over parry, you can cross over throw, uwe, and the anti-air. However, if you cross over the anti-air, you do not recover in time, and the Siegfried player can punish you. I'll show you now. See, he recovers much faster than you, so if the Siegfried player wants to call you out for doing a crossover, he can. You can get punishes on the parry, and you can get punishes on the throw, and you can get punishes on uwe, but you can't get. You'll get punished for doing the trying to do it to the anti-air. He recovers much faster for some reason. So if the Siegfried player reads you, you'll get blown up for trying. So what about DP? DP, let's DP. DP, he has loads of gaps. We're used to doing the DP. This is what happens if we try and DP. He can parry your DP. You can obviously DP through every other move, but you can't DP the parry. Obviously the parry doesn't do too much damage, but it takes you to the corner most of the time. So that isn't great for you. So it is really important to know that also Siegfried has an answer to that. So, and if we try and super, he can block. Remember, he can walk back to block. So, supering, which while it will beat every other one of his options, if he calls out a super, you're going to get blown up for it. So it's also in Siegfried's favour in this sense. So say we want to try jump away from the throw, jump away from the parry. We'll try that now. You're going to get blown up by Uwe. Uwe is an anti-air as well as the actual anti-air, so he has two air unblockables baked into one stance. You can mash Uwe, but that was me knowing that I need to mash Uwe. This is me trying to react to it. It's much harder. So mashing isn't a viable option. You can block the Uwe and you can get a punish. Your juicy combo. But so yeah, if you want to try and jump or try and mash out, you'll get blown up for trying that as well. Okay, right, and say we want to play more passively, we decide, oh, we're just not going to attack him. Obviously Siegfried can throw you. Now the throw doesn't do too much damage. It does like standard throw damage. It probably depends on the character. Obviously if you play a low health character it's going to be worse. But then you're minus 52 in the corner in a hard knockdown state. It's really not good for you. So you can obviously mash through it, but like I said before, you're presented with all the other issues that this move presents, which is obviously being blown up by the parry or even the frame trap or everything to do with the move. So I will get to how to train against it as well. Like, see, I think Brave Counter should be your first option always. Don't even play the mind game. But if you're in a situation where you can't, I will show you how to set it up now in training mode. It's not too hard to lab against, but it's just getting used to the moves, so it depends how much time you have. One thing I do want to add quickly onto the end about how silly the move is. This move could be done on Whiff. That's every single follow-up. Now, the one you're going to be seeing the most is this. And the reason you're going to be seeing this the most is even though it's minus 55, he doesn't have to commit to the whole thing. Like I said, he can block. He's minus 47, but he's full screen. This is all air unblockable. This whole giant moving wall of death is air unblockable. So be aware. This is why you don't really want to jump against the Siegfried player. He doesn't get much for it, but he controls the skies, essentially. But anyway, I'm now going to show you how to train against this move with the training mode. Alright, so if you think he's going to do the anti-air, you need to obviously block. Maybe 6XL, do 6XL string. That would be the way I would recommend punishing it, or just try back off. It is -2. So getting away from the situation might be a better option. You can obviously go in and try and grab him. But you have to remember something, that Siegfried players love their DP, so you're likely to get DP'd in the face if you block this move. An option would probably be to be more defensive in this situation, I'd say. Best thing to do if you think he's going to parry is just to run up and throw. Get your punish that way. You can get a punish for doing it this way. It's just a little bit harder. So throwing is a little bit more consistent, I find. For Uer, which is his giant sword slam move, like I said before, you can punish him doing that way. You'd have to have a read though. You wouldn't be able to do that on reaction. Or just simply block it and get your punish after.
Excellent.
And if you think he's going to throw, then you just need to mash. Of course, you can throw the throw as well. It's not too hard to do, but you have to. It has to be a read. You don't really want to be sticking out anything if you don't know if you're going to get it. So, putting that all together, you need to go into the training mode, and you need to set up 4 recordings. You need to set up a recording for each different option. You can set one up for the block as well, but the block one's much harder to discern, I find. It's -7, you can punish it. You've already got so much to look out for. Anyway, you set them all to 10. You just literally record it and then play it back, and then you just do position reset playback, and then you just do playback random. And then all you need to do is just let the Siegfried player to beat you up, and you've just got to try and react to whatever he's doing. So, throw beat me there. So I know the punish is this. Oh, I did the wrong punish, but I should have retreated. I know the punish is this. Oh, I got parried. I thought he was going to do the throw. There we go. Got our punish for the parry. Did the wrong one again. Even that, though, it's not too bad. I did take back my turn. So, it's kind of whatever you think might... There we go, got the throw. Might be the best option in this scenario. But that's essentially how you would lab against it. Until you get more used to seeing things. Obviously, the parry, he does the sword into the ground. The throw, he does a lunge. When he is doing Uwe, his feet come off the ground, and the anti-air is so quick, it's very hard to kind of discern that. But those 3, you can start to get a kind of feel what you're going for. Obviously, if you're playing a Siegfried player and you get good at kind of reading them, then that's another way you can kind of deal with the move. But that's how you would train against the move. Right, with that being said, that is the end of the guide. I really do hope that it helps you beat Siegfried. He is a strong character, so if you practice these tactics, you'll definitely become more consistent in beating Siegfried. If there are any Siegfried players out there, or anyone who thinks that I got anything wrong, or if they have any feedback for me, just put in the comments below and I'll have a look over that, and I'll try and pull that into future guides. But yeah, that kind of just covers the guide, really. But if you wouldn't mind liking the video, and then it will help the YouTube algorithm basically get the video to more people, which is ultimately what I really want. I want people to be able to see it and get better at the game. If there is more characters you would like me to see me cover in the future, I'm going to be working my way through most of the cast. I'll start with like higher, more annoying characters, and then I'll just work my way through the cast, and then eventually I'll get through them all. As I did Nier yesterday, and I've done Seox or Sheiks already, so if you want to check those guides out, I'll have them linked above. Let me know down in the comments who you want me to go over next. I saw a few people were asking for Lancelot and Kag and Vera, so I'll probably look at those 3 next. Just let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the future content. That's everything. So yeah, take care, swines.